Yo, this is Equity and Transformation with the Illinois Future Fund. I'm Dae Dae.
And I'm Malcolm.
And we want to know, what if you had an extra $500 a month?
That'll stop a lot of the crimes, you know.
Man, exactly.
People not understanding people need money.
Yeah.
That's why people robbing and stuff and doing all this crazy stuff.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
You speak facts. So that's what Equity and Transformation does. We're an organization that works with people in the quote-unquote informal economy. You know what I'm saying? People who hustling every day, whether they selling food out their truck or selling anything else out their truck, because of all the barriers that you're talking about. And so what this opportunity right now, there's a bill in the House, HB 4443, that while these companies are making billions of dollars right now in tax revenue off cannabis, we're saying direct those funds to people impacted by the war on drugs right now directly to them. And so there's a fund called the R3 fund where they already give that money to nonprofits, but you could give $1 billion to nonprofits, but the money still don't reach people who got everyday bills. And so right now, that's what we are talking about.
Well, if your utilities was paid by this particular supplement, what would you do with the extra free time?
I don't know about having any extra free time, but one thing I would have peace of mind. That's the most important thing to me. When you got 8 or 9 credit cards in your pocket and you taking one from Peter to pay Paul, and that will help me out on my credit card bills and I wouldn't be stressed out like I am right now.
Has your neighborhood gotten better since they opened up the dispensaries? Since they legalized marijuana, has your neighborhood changed or gotten better?
I don't know if it's gotten any better, but because they still selling in my neighborhood. I'm in West Lawndale. I'm in North Lawndale. And the Lawndale, I guess you know, it's the second worst neighborhood in Chicago and the 4th worst neighborhood in the country.
So today we're talking to people about the Illinois Future Fund, which is a fund that we're working on, a guaranteed income program in the form of reparations centered around legalization. How do you feel about cannabis legalization in Illinois, and do you think it's helping the state currently?
Well, a lot of people who got records from nickel and dime bags back in the day still holding on to that, and now you can go to the gas station or the store and grab your little roll up right now, and people still got records for that. And yeah, so I think it's kind of weird, but you know, it takes a lot of stress off of people, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, people could clear their records off of dime bags and nickels. That would, you know, create more jobs for people with education. You got people with degrees still got a record for a nickel bag, so
Yeah, man.
stuff like that.
Yeah, what would you do with $500 extra dollars a month?
I could save.
Yeah.
It's really hard to save these days because you got to at least have two jobs just to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I hear what you're saying with the billionaires too.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about it?
Well,
I hear what you out here.
Organize together. That's what we're gonna do.
You out here,
Yeah.
of course, and
Yeah.
I respect that. But you know, the 1% gonna always be there until I don't know.
But you know what? To your point around the civil rights, our people have been battling on 1% since as long as I'm saying generational, and we've won some things, and most recently we lost some things. So, considering right now where we're at, does this sound like something you would support? HB 4443, and do you think having $500 extra a month made from tax cannabis revenue would make our lives easier?
That would definitely make people's lives easier.
When we get this bill passed, how could the extra $500 benefit your household?
I would say with the price of everything going up, and for me being a mom, I grocery shop a lot. I think it would help for me, like I would put it towards groceries to feed my family.
Well, it really has impacted me to the point whereas with our generation, it's getting more deeper and deeper among us, and it's not a lot of resources here within our community, but they're study flooding our community with the drugs. So, you know, it's like I feel very biased when they say help because they see the statistics in the emergency room with the deaths totally rising, and it has been overflowing for quite some time. So I will support this because this has affected my family.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Very deeply. Yeah.
And that's really to your point around the resources. That's what we're trying to fight for. Is that with all of these cannabis dispensaries are popping up, and they're making billions of dollars while our people not only are being penalized for nickel and dime still, but also they're not providing the resources, to your point, when our communities are impacted or devastated by the war on drugs.
What are your thoughts on people becoming millionaires when there's a lot of people that were selling weed that ended up going to jail and being penalized. What are your feelings on that, on the war on drugs?
Systemic racism that's been going on, and I mean, they knew what they were doing when they were attacking the black community. It was the black community that was attacked. If it was a little another race of kids somewhere else, where if it was in the, some of the white neighborhoods in Chicago, because Chicago's segregated, most of the time they knew that cop that would let them off. But you have guys that had went to jail for marijuana and got 20, 30 years for a joint. And you got some other guys that had pounds of cocaine and didn't go to jail and spend not 1 ounce of time in jail. It's what we have to do is number one, they have to correct the past. So I mean, I'm here because I believe in what you're doing. That money has to correct the past. Those people have suffered, needs to be let out. And now, all they did was they legalized marijuana, just like in the bootleg days when it was alcohol.
What would you do with the extra $500 when you get it?
Yeah, if I happen to receive extra $500 a month,
Yes.
I could put more on my gas tank. I could put more on my table. I could put clothes on my kids' back, and I could contribute to the community any way I can economically. I could shop more. I could put back into the community as far as people that have their own businesses. You know what I'm saying? To business owners that are just local. Any household, $500 can help. Money is a convenience. The more money you have, the more convenience you have in life. If you can take care of your bills with an extra amount of a stipend, you can be able to spend more time with your family. You can spend time with your grandkids because we're of that age now. The little subsidies they give us seniors, it doesn't. In today's economy, is not meeting the needs. We all need an extra $500 to $1,000 to get us by. The rich get it. Why can't the poor? Why can't the proletariat get it? You know what I'm saying?
With a lot of people being locked up for nickel bags, dime bags, and still having that on their records, what's your feelings towards that and them legalizing it?
Well, honestly, once they legalized marijuana, they should have expunged the records of people that sold it, because now it's being freely given and distributed. But the government always wants to have control of everything. As long as the government's in control, everything's all right. But those guys that were locked up for marijuana in comparison to being locked up for cocaine, the guys that was locked up for marijuana should have been released. For sure, man. Thank you, man. Thank
Swain
you,
just put it down. Let them know. You understand? They did us wrong. The war on drugs. We trying to change the narrative. We need to be repaired. We need to be restored. We need to get this going. You feel me? Shout out to Equity and Transformation. They got us out here doing a good work. You feel me?